Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and Borsog Trader. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family and the Borsog clan. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 6.19% to 18,913. Ethereum down 6.16% to 1031. I recently started the Borsog Trader YouTube channel, and that's all about buying on red and selling on green. I wanted to show people that you could make money and decent returns, even if the crypto market was selling down. And this started about 9 days ago. These are all current trades. I want to just impress upon you the fact that even though the market is red, it doesn't mean there aren't opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities. As a Borsogger, you look at the market with different eyes. You say, this is pretty red, but where is the green, and what is actually the best thing to get into? Borsogging is all about in and out. It's about learning how the market moves and profiting from it. But of course, you should always start small and scale. So let's go through the market and see what potential opportunities there are. You'll find in the crypto market, even as Bitcoin sells down, there are always opportunities. We can see CVX up 15.39%, NMR up 80.49%, AMP up 22.75%. There are always opportunities in the crypto market. Many people listen to the news and say there are no opportunities inside the crypto market, but that's simply not true. There are always opportunities inside crypto, no matter what the main market is doing. Looking for opportunities actually requires a positive mental outlook. If you embrace the media's negativity, you won't look for opportunities, you'll just shut down. So it's really important to keep an open mind and always have a positive mental outlook on the market, no matter what the other cryptos are doing. You will find that over time this pays huge dividends. You should always do your own research and know that the market rewards hard work, and it rewards knowledge and courage, and it penalizes fear. I released a new Borsog video, Trade 8, how I made 18% profit in 9 hours, and when this was when Bitcoin was selling off in DNT. But how do you effectively Borsog? You need to know what you're doing. You need to mark up your charts with the CTKS methodology. You need to contextualize what's happening inside the crypto market with what is going on outside the crypto market. You become a collector of probabilities, like a really good investigator, and then you pop back inside the crypto market, finding the market's focus, understanding that opportunities reset daily. And it doesn't matter that the market can look like this. There are always opportunities. Finding the market's focus is really important, as is enhancing your pattern recognition. Before you buy or you sell places, you really need to have a real wealth attitude. And that's all about positive excellence. If you maintain a negative attitude towards the market, towards your capabilities, and towards everything that you're doing, you will attain negative results. You just don't want that because your money is on the line. That's why I always talk about Rule 570. Psychology sets profitability. If you have an overwhelming negative psychology, it's very, very difficult to be profitable. And why is this? Because self-doubt and self-sabotage will get in and wreck your trades. And we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. And borsogging is a really, really good way to make returns in this market because it is an in and out methodology. There's a lot to understand when it comes to crypto, and you will require the knowledge. Go slow to go fast. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Many people want to speed through their knowledge, and then they wonder why their knowledge is weak. You have to take your time. As a community, we are engaged with positive excellence and maintaining real wealth foundations. Why is this? Why do we even care about this? Why don't we just set a buy level and set a sell level? Because every investor and trader's nightmare is self-doubt and self-sabotage. It's very, very easy for the ego to take over, to make money the focus of what you're doing. And you say, Ken, I don't understand. We're in investing and trading. We need to make money the focus. Actually, money is the output of doing the right things. And when you approach the world with kindness, inner and outer peace, gratitude and happiness, money is attracted to you. When you approach the world in the opposite direction with unkindness, inner conflict, outer conflict, a lack of gratitude, and very unpleasant behavior, what you will find is money is repelled from you. It's really important to have this positive, excellent mental outlook, and it gives you a beautiful life, one full of fulfillment and meaning as well. Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. In the last trading session, what did we see? A jump in the fear that was sold down. What did this actually do to the Nasdaq? And what is this blue line? If you're joining us for the first time, a very, very warm welcome to you. And this blue line is Bitcoin's price action. And we overlay it against the main market because all markets are interdependent. And this is really important to understand. When we look at the Nasdaq 100, we can see what did it do. Nasdaq 100 tried to get above this resistance, bumped around, lost support, was under resistance, and then fell below key resistance levels, went down to another support level, fell below that, and has just come back up to test that resistance, and it's about midway at the moment. When you're borsogging, please be aware that when you lose a particular support line and it turns to resistance, price will typically move to the next support level. That's what you always have to keep in mind. If your trade is not going as anticipated, please be aware of this and take action. You will find price movements in the crypto market are market-wide context sensitive. That means the Nasdaq 100, the VIX, the put-call ratio, oil, treasury bond prices, bond yields, gold, the US dollar, the DXY, they all count in your decision. A lot of people just say, oh, just give me the recipe for how to find a Borsog trade. You need to have knowledge. Even if I gave you that recipe list, without the knowledge, you will muck it up because you need to know what you're doing. And you need to always start small. And then when you get your confidence up, you scale. Not before. A lot of people think that they get into the crypto market or any financial market and they go hard. They put all of their money on one position and then it moves against them. And then they don't know what to do. So they just hold on, praying that it will recover in time. And it doesn't. And they get really, really angry. This is the point when you do Borsog. Borsog allows you to time market entries and market exits much, much better. And you need that if you're an investor, and you especially need it if you're a trader. Let's have a look. What are we looking at the structure of the Nasdaq? We can see the structural Nasdaq is actually below a level of support. So it's under resistance right now. There is another level of support playing in around 11,335. We've seen a bounce from that. Look at that bounce down and a bounce straight back up into resistance. And these lines have been in here for a while. Without the CTKS method, you won't really understand what price is doing, and you will do a whole lot of things that actually put you on the wrong side of the percentage and the wrong side of the trade. I've been in financial markets for more than 3 decades. It took me a long time to come up with this methodology. So let's have a look at bond prices. Bond prices are still rallying up. Bond yields rallying down. This is saying that the confidence in the market is decreasing, and bond prices going up at the moment is signifying that fear in the market is increasing. The really good thing is that gold is decreasing. Now, why is this good? Because gold is a geopolitical risk signal. When we have a lot of massive problems in the world, gold tends to spike. It's a negative element. And I used to trade gold. I love gold. And understanding that when gold comes down like this, it's not a bad thing for the market. What about the DXY, the flight to safety? We can see people are starting to say, oh, things might be getting relatively attractive. I might go back into the market. A lot of people are saying we're in a recession. Okay, Recession is here. Where is the US economy? Here. It's heading towards expansion. It is not in recession. Please be aware that the news and the media love to hype up stuff. They want to put you in your bed and they want you to never get up and just watch the news and be terrified every day. If you've managed to watch the film Nightcrawler, it's a really, really good film. It explains just how problematic the news and media industries are. If you watch it, you'll get an understanding and a comprehension of what I'm talking about. The news wants blood, guts, murder, all sorts of things to be headline. Why? Because it makes people watch. But do you notice the news rarely gives you the solution? They don't tell you what to do about it. They just say, be horrified, be scared, go hide under your bed. And what happens? You go do that for a couple of times if you've been in the markets. Sure, you think that they're there for you. And after 30 years, I can say that for the first years of my trading and investing, I listened to the market. I was watching every station. I was just sucking up information until I figured out that their stories didn't make sense. They were saying the market went up because of this. And then the next day they would use the same excuse for the market going down. And I said, hang on, there's no consistency here. And always the news doesn't give you the solution. It doesn't tell you what to do. This is exactly why I started the Borsog Trader YouTube channel, and I've just recently started it. So if you're not a member of this, please come across and check it out. It will really help you to understand how you can make trades, and you can do really, really well, even when things are selling off. I believe that the problem should never ever be bigger than your capability to solve it. I personally don't let problems beat me, ever. And that's why I actually share this information with you. All of this information would be inside a paid group, but I see so many people just losing hope when they should be gaining hope. So many people feed their fears. They feed their fear on the way up and the way down. And when the markets come down, people run like hell. Hang on, what's price doing? Why is it coming up? There's no one there. The invisible hand is moving prices up. You have to be aware, smart money is invisible, but it leaves footprints that only trained people can see. That's why I put the masterclass together, so that you can see the hidden footprints of money. You can see what is happening. Now look at this, price is going up, but where is everyone? They've been shaken out. They've left the dance floor, and this is when the best song is playing. Don't get shaken out, but you must know what you're doing. So I always suggest go after your knowledge. The markets reward knowledge and courage. One piece of critical information and knowledge is Rule 45. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. What does this actually mean? You can see this particular pattern. I want you to pay a lot of attention to this pattern. It comes down, it goes up, down, down. Now, where are we right now? And Masterclass students, you will get this in the video inside the Masterclass, TG34. We can see price has come down to the KS model, dynamic support, which is currently 18,881. We've seen that we were up at this particular resistance level at 21,231. We hit it, backed off, hit it, backed off, tried to get above it, this was looking really good, came down below it, and then we lost it, couldn't get above it. Now where are we going to? The next level of support down. And what happened? We sliced through that level of support and we've hit another level of support. These supports become resistance as well. Just please know that. What we actually see, there is another level of support below this very, very strong KS model line, and that is quite a strong line. There is one at 18,156. Now what happens if Bitcoin keeps on coming down? That will drag 99% of the alts with it. So you must be prepared for these things, but also be prepared for the 1%. Like for example, AMP out of the top 100 up nearly 20%, Arweave 7.63% up, Algo 3% up. Now this is just the top 100. What if we go from the 100 to the 200 mark? NMR up nearly 89%, PLA up nearly 55%, RLC 25% up, TWT 10% up, Immutable X, what a cool name, 7.25% up. I want you to get excited about the crypto market. When it actually sells off, what happens? You know what happens. People leave the dance floor. And what happens then? They bid. The secret money hands, those secret money footprints, start to bid up specific cryptos. You can see it. It's real. I have no idea why other influencers keep on spreading panic and all sorts of stuff when they should be spreading the concept of opportunity. Of course, difficulty and opportunity are always choices, but you can choose to just be stuck in the difficulty, or you can choose to be stuck in the opportunity. I think opportunities are better. Tell me what you think. What do you think? Let's compare Bitcoin to the Nasdaq. We can see directional correlation between Bitcoin and the Nasdaq. When, for example, the Nasdaq was coming up, Bitcoin yielded to that gravity. That's why I say it's a gravitational pull. It's really important to know these things. As the Nasdaq was coming down, what did Bitcoin do? Okay, you've got a bit of a hint here in terms of your detective work. Of course, the market gets easier to Borsog when things are going up, but you can also see there's rampant opportunity when things are going down. What do we see with the longs? This green line, it's decreasing. What about the shorts? They're increasing. And they've been having a field day recently. The shorts have been doing really well. They're saying, hey market, chill out. And the longs have been definitely chilling out, but that won't last forever. I've done many videos inside the masterclass of how to trade downward and choppy markets. I think downward markets are easier to trade than upward markets, but you'll find your own rhythm as you go through. When you do your trades, make sure you analyze each trade that you do to try and understand how you can do better next time and what you may have done ineffectively in that particular trade. It's always start small and scale, and please do not use leverage. Leverage can absolutely decimate you if you don't know what you're doing. If you do know what you're doing and you're consistently profitable, okay, that's cool, go for it. But if you're just learning, please stay away from it. It will destroy your account. When looking at liquidations across the past 24 hours, there's been about 240 million in liquidations across nearly 84,000 positions. This is not a lot of liquidations. When we saw recently Bitcoin come crashing down, this particular action here, there were very light liquidation volumes. And what happened next? Because they were light liquidation volumes, price could basically recover. Just please keep this in mind. We're not witnessing way out liquidation volumes into the billions. But what do we notice? Over the past 24 hours of total liquidations, about 80% were long. What about the past 12 hours? About 56% long. Past 4 hours, 67% long. And what about the past hour? Oh, it's gone the other way. 81.5% short. The longs and the shorts always work together, even though it doesn't seem that way. We can see at the moment more longs getting liquidated than the shorts, and this is always on. One side and the other is always getting liquidated, but we notice that we haven't got into the billions in liquidations. This is typically a very important thing to see. High volume represents high commitment. This is not what I would call high volume. It's basic, well, it's just sort of mid-range, medium volume. You can see as I draw the line across how many times we've got this kind of volume out. What we're actually looking for is this kind of volume up here into the billions. Another thing that can help us with our detective work is looking at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. When it gets really, really low, this number down here, when it gets low, it means people are racing off the dance floor and the great songs are playing. And when you see 11, I've just drawn the line out here for you, you can see that it's happened only a rare number of times in the past couple of years. When we talk about Borsog, which is buy on red, sell on green, the concept is we're in and out because of the current market conditions. We're just taking advantage of the peaks and the troughs, basically. Everything inside financial markets that's rewarded requires knowledge. It does not require luck. If you're doing well from luck, please get the knowledge, because luck just doesn't last. What we say every single day: make in advance probabilistic choices. Know what you will do with the trade or your entire portfolio if things go against you, go for you, or go nowhere. And this is really important. So many people just leave it until they're absolutely overwhelmingly in pain. But there's a better way. Just set a target and just abide by it. And this is called three-dimensional thinking, because we think in these three dimensions at all times. We're aware that the market could move against us, and we're prepared for it. If we want the market to move up, we're prepared for the market to move down or sideways. If we expect the market to move down, we're prepared if the market moves up or sideways. This is how you need to think. All professionals think this way. Enhancing your pattern recognition is critically important. You need to know how Bitcoin's gravity, this blue line, plays out on your beloved alts. When we look at Bitcoin's pattern, now you can see that pattern in the blue line. How does it relate to Ethereum? Ethereum is currently stronger than Bitcoin, but it's coming down. It's following this gravitational pull. And Ethereum and Bitcoin together are the majority of the crypto market. What about Binance Coin? Following Bitcoin's gravity, but what do we see here? It's starting to kick up. Why would that be? What happened to the dollar? What happened to gold? This all plays a part in how you look at this kick up in Binance Coin. Most times people just don't realize how much knowledge you need to have. It can be like drinking from a fire hose, but when you've got the knowledge, you understand things at a deep, deep level that other people just won't see. And what are we seeing with XRP? Whoa, go XRP! That is a really powerful price move up. This is why, even though alts move in alignment with Bitcoin's directional movement, the alts over and under exaggerate both positive and negative price momentum, depending on what Bitcoin is doing. We can see, for example, XRP is moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. But you say, Ken, come on, you're smoking something. It can't be moving in alignment. Well, it actually is. You see this, Bitcoin came down, and so did XRP. And then Bitcoin came up, so did XRP. But what about here? Oh yeah, you're right, Ken. Damn, you're right. How could you be right? It's just the way. This is the thing to understand about how these particular patterns play out. That's why I call it directional correlation. Let's have a look at ADA. ADA is following Bitcoin's gravity. Solana following Bitcoin's gravity. When they twang up like this, it's like the rubber band gets far, far away. They will snap back. And that's why I call it gravity, because it literally is gravity. And what happens again? They bounce again. And you can see XRP really bounce well. XRP is doing incredibly well considering the legal issues that it's under and how many exchanges have delisted XRP. XRP is incredibly powerful. It's one to watch. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana also coming up. Very cool stuff. Doge, a long way away. The rubber band is a long way away and it's not snapped back. Let's have a look at DOT. DOT was a long way away and snapped back. When it doesn't snap back, what does that mean? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. It's really important to actively learn. When I was teaching first and second year statistics, I always got my students to think about things, to actually question. I could give the answers, but they would not learn. And learning is your key to financial freedom in any market. In yesterday's video, we talked about optimism. Flamingo had a really good statement. We don't want to get stuck in a negative mindset or victim mentality, and it takes effort to get out of negativity and into positivity and optimism. We attract more of what we focus on, so focus on the life we wish to create. Having an optimistic view makes all the difference. Support is also important, and it's important to be there for each other, but it's also important not to vent and not to attack other people. If you do so, what you actually find, other people will withdraw because they just get hurt. They want to help, but venting is no way forward. And you'll find our community so incredibly supportive. Beardy said, "Man, I love this community. Positivity rocks." Good on you, Beardy, and good on your tails. Peter also had a fantastic quote from the late great family friend and Australian athletic coach, Percy Wells Serrett. Hard things take time, impossible things take a little longer. Thank you for sharing, Peter. When it comes to pattern recognition, you'll see all sorts of different patterns actually playing out. On the Borsog Trader channel, I try to show you as many different patterns as possible, and you can trade them all profitably. You just have to have the knowledge. Let's have a look at Tron. Tron is elasticating away from Bitcoin's gravity, but it's actually still following it. Not to a ping, as you might think, but from a directional bias. And this is really good to always keep in mind. You see this downward play in Bitcoin and the upward tick and the downward play. You may say that it's not following it at all, but is that the case? Please let me know in the comments. So why do we look at this? If, for example, they're all pretty much following Bitcoin's gravity, why do we actually even care about the alts? Please let me know the answer to that question in the comments, or have a good discussion on it. It's important to understand these fundamental drivers of crypto value. Let's have a look at SHIB. SHIB really took off there, didn't it? And this is SHIB. SHIB and Doge can do things like this. They can really go up hard. And we can see that there's a following of Bitcoin's gravity in there as well, but more power at the moment. AVAX has arced back. What about Matic? It's come back, but not as much as AVAX. Comparing the different gravities on different crypto alts is really important to do. This is all about enhancing your pattern recognition, which is something we do every single day. Let's have a look at Uni, just moving in the same arc as Bitcoin. What about Litecoin? Stronger. What about FTT? Selling down. This looks like a really interesting arc forming there, doesn't it? Let's have a look at Chainlink. You can see that Bitcoin is basically the ruler of the crypto galaxy, and as such, we must pay attention to it. It will take time for you to understand how to Borsog correctly. And Crypto Turtle said, "You have been telling us for months to be an investor, part trader, and a Borsogger. You show us your Borsog trades, and Borsog is in and out, not for holding on for dear life. The message is clear, and I am glad to have you helping me out. The lesson I learned today, if my signals show me the market is going down, I must exit all positions in Borsog before I go to bed to reset the next day." And of course, this is Crypto Turtles learning. And it's not about learning. I think just maintaining your cash position is a really good thing if the markets look like they're going to break support substantially. And this is a living example of how Crypto Turtle is talking about, well, if things don't look right for me, I'm going to make an action. It's really important to understand the role that support and resistance plays inside the crypto market. Because crypto, when it loses support, it can go very, very quickly down to a next level of support. If it breaks that, it can fall through to a next level of support. And it does this pretty quickly. It's not like the stock market. The stock market and Forex are completely different animals when it comes to investing and trading. And what we can see, that really strong KS model level of support was so strong that the buyers have stepped in here and said, up we go. I would definitely suggest borsogging should be the way that you go, because learning how to time your entries and exits with money that is basically coffee money is the way to go. It's the way to learn. A lot of people learn through paper trading, and I did the whole paper trading stuff decades ago as well, but it doesn't put the emotional content behind the trade. It's just pretty much a useless waste of time. I would suggest that just doing very, very small trades, just as low as you can go, if that's $5 or $1, because some exchanges allow that, that's a good idea. Just put your emotions on the line. Look at Bitcoin go. Wow, yeah, this is crypto. Welcome to crypto, everyone. Let's have a look at some more cryptos. We can see Stellar doing really well, and we've seen that upswing in Bitcoin's gravity. So it's impacting the whole crypto market. Near coming up. Algo really coming up. Ethereum Classic, not so much. Not so much with Bitcoin Cash at the moment. Mana, Decentraland, just jumping up there. What about VET, VeChain? Just coming up a little bit. I'd like to thank someone you know for the very brilliant notes inside the masterclass as well. In the masterclass videos, we've got a comment section underneath each video, and someone you know, and of course many other people have been leaving notes in there, and I think it's a really beautiful way to share with people. So someone you know did a bit of a summary of this video. Use coffee money. So the concept is, when you're learning to borsog, to go in and out, to time the market, to get with the market's natural rhythm, it's really important to not make it a stressful thing. Just use coffee money. Go slow to go fast. Life is a marathon and not a sprint. Learn the rhythm of the market. Fear is a major driver of price. Pay attention to the VIX. Empower ourselves by looking for the hidden gems inside tough lessons to gain the life promotion. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And I think this is happening right across the crypto space at the moment. And I'm not surprised, because when I look at different influencers, they're basically saying it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world. But then the question is, okay, what do you do about the end of the world? What's your strategy? What are you going to do? How do you make it more positive? Because it's not the end of the world at all. It's just a phase, it's just a cycle. So how do you profit from this cycle? And then we hear nothing, crickets. So that's why I started Borsog Trader. I want to give you some strategies that you can use and learn from to do really well. And kindness towards yourself to facilitate learning is really important. And understanding and kindness transcends fear. Fear is our greatest enemy as investors and traders. And we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. Fighting self-doubt and self-sabotage are critically important. I'll just take you through a few more patterns because I think this will really help you. Flow. We can see flow moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity and starting to pip up. Ape also starting to come up. Sand starting to come up more. Look at that volume. Look at that pricing momentum. It's fantastic. H-bar just starting to come up, but slowly. Tezos just starting to come up. ICP just blipping up. Theta just blipping up as well. Axie Infinity going more strongly. Which out of these three, for example, these are Metaverse plays between Sand, Axie and Ape, which one looks more interesting and why? Please let me know in the comments. If you want to become a really good Borsog trader, this is the way to do it. Actively learn. On Borsog Trader, this is the 8th trade that I've shared, and I have a mountain more of them to show you as well. And you can make these kind of percentage returns when you have the knowledge and when you have the skill. Just start small and scale. The basic foundation to Borsog is indeed the masterclass, and VH said something really nice. Best advice I can give to anyone, and I'm sure other masterclass students will agree with me. Take the masterclass. It's worth every dollar you put into it 100 times over. Any ambassador can assist with your questions. I'm a little over halfway done with the masterclass. There's so much info in there from Sifu Ken that some videos need to be reviewed over a few times because there's so many diamonds in there. And if there's one thing Ken stresses, is to have a diamond mind, not diamond hands. So many resources, so much learning. It's like taking a college level academic course, but with the benefit of real wealth, not real debt. Enough said. Thank you, VH. It's really hard for some people to be positive in this market. All they see is red everywhere. But there's something that you should keep in mind though, even though that is the case. If you see the difficulty in every opportunity, the market will relentlessly take your money and give it to those who see the opportunity in every difficulty. Where do you think we're going with Bitcoin in the next 24 hours? And you know why understanding potentially where Bitcoin is going is so incredibly important. Please let me know in the comments. I always subscribe to the idea if you're actively learning, you're actively moving forward in your life. As a lecturer, I've seen so many students do passive learning. They expect somehow the knowledge will just magically pop into their brain without them doing too much work. And it's a fantasy. You have to work really, really hard and be very dedicated and committed to do well in anything in life. Just focus on what you truly love to do and then commit to it. And if you love to trade and invest, I can't think of a better market to be in. Think about it. If you're doing a business of some sort, you only have to have a stock of money. That's it. And then, of course, the knowledge. I'm a big believer that you should go slow to go fast. Think about something like this. If you invested $100 and just made a 2% return, that's like $2 a day, and just rolled it over in the span of a year, if you just did that daily, you would get 138,324%. This is from 2% per day. And you can see from Borsog Trader, you can do much better than that. To grow 100 into 138,000 is a pretty cool thing, but just be aware that you don't need to chase after the huge percentages to be hugely successful. Even when we look at the crypto market right now, we can see under the hood, Bitcoin has just come up by leaps and bounds. You can make money in all market conditions, but you must believe that you can do that. And then you need the knowledge, and then you need to build the experience. Remember, life is a marathon and not a sprint. If you just slowly build your skills up, you can have a lifelong profession at this. And crypto is not going anywhere except up. Why do I say that? Because crypto is actually the foundation of Web 3.0, or the next evolution of the internet. Of course, crypto will go up and down throughout the years ahead, but nobody can stop it. It's here now. And once the genie is out of the bottle, you can't stuff it back in. As the horse and buggy manufacturers came to understand with that pesky automobile. If you can train your mind to look from an opportunity mindset, do whatever you can to attack self-doubt and self-sabotage. Just get rid of those things. They're insidious and they destroy lives. The crypto market is one of the best ways to grow as a person, but it requires for us to let go of blame and just embrace learning. This is because the market doesn't know us. It doesn't know anything about us. The market literally does not care about our feelings. It doesn't care about our history and background. It only cares about our knowledge and courage. And we know the best songs play on an empty dance floor. I hope this video helps. And getting an overview of the crypto market like this is really, really valuable. You can come back at any time in the future and just look back at what prices were doing day on day. Over time, you'll notice specific patterns, and this will help you to Borsog in and out, and also to put specific trades on the table for further analysis. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the link to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please use the links in the description to reach out to an ambassador, and you can get 80% off by doing that. You can also reach out to me directly on Twitter at any time. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.